first attempt of the game. Curtis Samuel back. And he's going to make a difference. This is just a high throw. Just too high for Terry McLaurin. The thing you hate about this is one, that it's high, and so man coverage, right? And you see it's there, right? Terry McLaurin is open. You hate that it's high because you're kind of, he's running over the middle. You're exposing him to getting crushed, and then, it's nearly intercepted. First attempt of the game. He's got to get this ball out quicker. Boom, throw it right now. So we're getting settled in here. First attempt. This is the first third down of the game, and you're going to get a pre-snap motion from McKissick on a little swing route, and what that does is it's going to pull the defense that way, while Humphreys and Curtis Samuel just run these little spot routes, and then at that point it's Heineke just reading this defender. Does he react to the McKissick, or does he sit on Curtis Samuel? Based on what he does, Heineke's going to throw the ball to one or the other. So you see Heineke kind of almost pump fake into McKissick. You're going to get him stepping down just a bit and get this ball into Curtis Samuel before the linebacker gets there. Good little 3rd and 3. You could get that ball there even quicker, but a good play. See from behind the quarterback. Boom, and throw. Second, third down, same drive, and now Terry McLaurin's running like a slot fade. I love slot fade routes. I absolutely love them, especially against single high. Diami's kind of just running almost like a post route, and then Humphreys is just running a little spot route. And Heineke makes the right decision, makes the right throw. Terry McLaurin is open. They rotate into a single high coverage just before the snap. You're going to have this robber, lurking defender over the middle, and the single high safety. Slot fade is great against single high safety because you're running towards that sideline. Look at where this safety is, right? Versus if there was 2 safeties. So it's a great decision. I mean, he's open. And again, also, Terry McLaurin's running that slot fade from the innermost slot position. You're going to get that rub there. Humphreys getting just a little bit of a rub, just enough. Not enough to throw a flag. And Heineke makes the right throw. Misses it. And that Falcons defender there does a good job, who was guarding Dyami Brown, to kind of come off of that. Put himself in position. Number 22 keeps his eyes on the quarterback right here. This ball, though, it's got to be more to the sideline, and it's got to be a little more flat, actually. He put a bit too much on this, a bit too much touch. Put it more towards the sideline. Man, you missed one there. Missed an opportunity there. So this is a bootleg. Nothing really happens on this play, but I just want to point something out quickly. Falcons do a really good job of covering this. You're actually going to have Terry McLaurin on the pre-snap motion, the jet sweep, or the end-around action, and then, they just cover it well, right? Nobody's open. This ends up being technically a sack. This is the one sack, quote-unquote, allowed by this offensive line, but this was clearly obviously not allowed by the offensive line. Taylor Heinicke really just needs to throw this ball away, like right here. Just throw that thing away. But I'm pointing this out. The offensive line is playing well, man. They've given up 4 sacks in 4 games. One of them came on this. Another one came on a similar play where Heineke ran out of bounds, didn't throw the ball away, but could have. So it could be 2 sacks. I'm very impressed with that. And then the other thing to point out is just Heineke did a good job protecting himself in this game. He's got to protect himself here. There's just no reason to take this shot, man. Second down, Humphreys is going to motion. You're going to have what I think is supposed to be a little whip route from him, like that. And then you're going to have an out here. And then you're going to have a couple kind of digs. Not digs, a couple little curl hook types of routes there on the left side. And Heineke is reading right. And he wants one of these. I'm not sure which one he wants. Neither is there. I think Humphreys is supposed to run a little hook, a little whip route, and it's just not a very good route. Some pressure arrives. Heineke does a good job. He escapes from the pocket. You can see right here. Now, Heineke does a pretty good job of not leaving the pocket too soon. And it's not that I think he left the pocket too soon. Now, he didn't have to leave the pocket on this play, right? It's not there. Good job by J.D. McKissick picking up this free blitzer, right? Really good job there. Heineke could stay right? He could take the step and slide here, which he does, so I'm not really going to knock him for it. He takes off and runs here, gets 6 yards on 3rd and 7. And what I honestly would prefer to see here is him to just kind of slide and then get this ball out here to, I think that's Dyami Brown. I feel bad for Dyami Brown. He should have so many more receptions. He should have a couple touchdowns. This is not a negative play. He does a good job to slide and protect himself. The only thing about it is, right, you can come off that, slide here, get this ball out. Seen him do it. He can do it. This play he decides to run, sees the green grass. He slides, and he doesn't take the shot, which I like, but it ends up being 4th and 1 on the next play, and they don't convert. So that's really my only knock on this play is he does a good job typically of keeping those eyes downfield. I'd like to see him do that here. Keep those eyes downfield, throw that ball right there to Dyami Brown. And that way, he's wide open. It's an easy throw. I'm not the biggest fan of this type of concept. Just like this, essentially. A bunch of curl routes. I'm not the biggest fan. Now, Dyami Brown does a good job here. It's pass interference. It's also a completion. The one thing I do want to point out is Taylor Heinicke. Now he gets the ball there. Again, you get the flag. You decline the penalty. But he's going to hesitate just a bit on this throw. Right? He's going to hesitate just a bit there. And there's no reason to hesitate. I wanted to see him just let that thing go when he could have originally. Which is right about, play it back. Play action. Boom. Let that thing go right there. You let it go right there, and you see Dyami's turned around, so the ball's going to be right on him as soon as he turns around. That's just timing that could be a bit more precise. And it doesn't hurt you on this play. It's a good play. It's a good throw. But there are situations where that ball needs to be there right on time, or it could be a negative play for you. So just don't hesitate. Really like this play here from Heineke. Pre-snap, what do we look like? We look like cover 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Or maybe even man, single high, something like that. Man across the board. That's what it looks like it could be. Now let's watch post-snap. It ends up being cover 2 with a blitz. It's a zone blitz. It's cover 2, half. And then this is he's guarding the flat, and then these two are responsible for the middle. So it ends up being like that. And, it's a perfectly timed play call. You're going to have the kind of, it's not exactly a seam route. It's like an over route by Humphreys. You're going to have a post route by Dyami Brown, and then you're going to have a dig from Terry McLaurin. And Heineke's got options here. Offensive line protects well. Heineke zips that ball in there. That's really good stuff. Disguised by the Falcons, but it doesn't matter. Coverage does not hold up on the back end, and the blitz does not get there. Gibson picks it up well. Man defense here by the Falcons. Ricky Seals-Jones is playing. Logan Thomas is hurt. He's just running an out route. Runs a good enough route, if you ask me. And this is a really good throw. This has got to be caught. This is his only option. Heineke's only option, too. On this play, it's well covered by the Falcons and their man defense. I'll show you how good of a throw this is. That's got to be caught. He has to reach those arms out. It's on his hands. He's got to catch that. That's a good throw. Maybe not the easiest of catches, but he's got to catch that. I like that throw by Taylor Heinicke. Again, good job protecting here by the offensive line. And like I mentioned, this is really the only option Heineke has on this play. It's man defense. They've just running a bunch of short little hitch spot routes. I'm not the biggest fan of these concepts, but anyway, neither here nor there. Not obviously you run them in the NFL, but not they. I just don't love how much it happens. Now, when Taylor Heinicke is on, he is on. Look at that Giants game. Those back-to-back throws. Look at the throw he just made that was dropped, and then this one. It's tough to really express how perfect of a throw this is. This is just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful throw. He couldn't even step all the way into this. People talk about his arm strength. He can make the throws he needs to make, right? This is from the 40, right about halfway through the end zone. That's about 45 yards. I think I think this is when Heineke likes to take his shots the best. What's the play call? Verticals. Vertical. You can take that inside if you want. Vertical, vertical, check down. Man defense, from what I can tell. I think they're trying to disguise it again and show kind of a single high look, and it ends up being cover 2. You see that guy bail, and that guy's supposed to bail. I think this guy right here guarding Terry McLaurin knows he has help, and he's playing somewhat of a trail technique is what it looks like to me. I don't think he just gets beat. I think he's trailing on purpose. They are doubling, they're bracketing Terry McLaurin from what I can tell. So he's got the underneath. He's got the over the top. Well, again, they were trying to disguise the coverage, is what it looked like. Right? And this guy just can't get back there in time. Now, he is very, very close. He is very, very, very close. And maybe we can see it even better from here. I mean, look. He is so close to getting there. But he is really just one step out of position. And that one step ends up being the difference. Just a perfect, perfect throw. And I'm glad he's taking these shots down the field and getting in sync with McLaurin, kind of like I talked about a couple videos ago. You know, if he doesn't make this throw and he decides to check it down to J.D. McKissick or something, you know, or he just starts scrambling, I don't know. I'm just glad that he's making these throws. And that's a big boy throw, and it is perfect. Terry McLaurin is so good. Great catch. We're going to get another one of these dig routes by Terry McLaurin here. And you're going to get this clear out. Clear out. This is the dig. You want to hit it right about here. Shallow cross. You have the play action fake. And the Falcons cover this one pretty well here. There's no blitz this time. You're going to have that defender right. Got that guy covered up. It's not there. There's a moment where I thought maybe that's there. I'm not going to talk about that. And then you've just got your underneath your shallow crossing route. At this point, Heineke is leaving the pocket. Decides to take off and run. It's a fine decision. He slides. He actually slides a little too early this time, but I'm not going to knock him for protecting himself well. I like that he's protecting himself well. I think he really understands how important that is being the starter here. So he takes off and runs and gets 8 yards. Let's see. I do feel that he left the pocket probably sooner than he had to. I mean, he ends up working out. It's an 8-yard run. He could have just hit this check down, you know. He could have just stood in there, hit Ricky Seals-Jones. It probably ends up being about an 8-yard gain or so, too. Here we're going to have another zone blitz from the Atlanta Falcons. They're going to rotate into three coverage, cover 3. Right, so you'll have that, and then you've got underneath or middle of the field defense, cover 3 that way. And you've got these vertical routes going down the field. You got a crossing route from Humphreys and then a couple fly routes. They're pushing everything downfield, and you've got Ricky Seals-Jones here just leaking out, making a catch, and then making a really nice move. Last time, I remember Taylor Heinicke didn't hit this little crossing route from the tight end Seals-Jones. He kind of got out of the pocket. This time, he does well to just hit that. Play action fake. Not there. Let's hit that check down. And he gets about 16 yards here, I think. So a nice job making those guys miss. And here we've got something of a flood concept. You're going to get this, something like that. Fake. Leak out there. Gibson's going to go that way. Play action, Heineke he seems to do really well off this play action from the gun. Cosme gets beat here, gets out of the pocket. He knows the play is to the left. He's running to the right, so just take off and run. And in this game, he really did a good job of finding the balance between protecting himself and getting extra yards. Because he could have slid here early again, but he doesn't. But he also doesn't dive for the pylon, which I like, because that would have been unnecessary. So I think that was a really good run, a really good play by Heineke. Having that awareness again. Cosme, your right tackle, he's going to get beat. Look, it happens. I think he's playing well. He at least forces him around the quarterback so that Heineke can take off and do this. So it's one of those getting beat plays where he does just enough. So we're good. And Heineke can move, man. He can move. He ran a 4.56, I think. Here we've got Terry McLaurin on another dig route. Falcons in cover 3. The play action helps so much on these. And being able to run the ball obviously helps with the play action. But safety, again, they're showing some version of 2 or 4, something like that. Safety comes down at the last second. Now, I think it is by design. I think this is his zone. He's kind of the flat defender, so to speak. Ends up being cover 3 again. He comes down, and that play action fake is going to get these guys to step up just enough to where Terry McLaurin is behind him. Right? You've got the leak out, just keeping him some, the play action, and then the leak from the running back, and then Terry McLaurin is wide open in the middle of the field for a 20-yard gain. And the timing on this from Heineke is beautiful. Watch this. Fake, boom, and throw. That's rhythm right there. That's beautiful. All right, here's a play where Heineke, again, his arm strength is not an issue, but it's not special, and this is a throw that probably Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes make, even though they're late. Heineke can't afford to be late here. This should have been a completion. Couple of things. First of all, it's a long throw. Okay, he's throwing it from the other side of the 50, from about the 45 or so to about the 10. I mean, that's a rope he's got to throw there. Got an option here to leak, but I like that he goes for the way the play is designed, goes for Terry McLaurin, who's running this really deep crossing route. Crosses the safety, gets open, but the ball is late. Okay. Taylor Heinicke needs to be throwing this ball, flip those hips, and throw it now. Because look at this. Again, Terry McLaurin is one at this point. He should be throwing this ball now. Ball should be on its way. Terry should be catching it about now. Catching it and then turning upfield. Heineke waits to throw it until... Let's watch it back one more time. Boom, boom. Waits all the way until the safety is now able to get back around and start to recover. The other thing here is it's single high safety, right? So Terry McLaurin's going to cross the face of that safety. He's running up, out, and then back in. It's a good route. He flattens the route out because that safety is there. I think he needs to keep it flat and I think he needs to stay right on the 15-yard line. And this ball needs to be put, if it's going to be late, it needs to be put on the sideline. That's the other thing. I think Terry McLaurin needs to stay on that straight line, flatten that route out. He flattens it out, then he drifts upfield some at the last second. Just starts to drift upfield there. And the other thing is this ball, being late, needs to be on the sideline. So this was just a slight, just being off on the timing here from Heineke. Again, the hesitation. That ball is underthrown. Okay. He's late, but he could still get it if he gets it right about there, right about at the sideline. But also, just, again, just throw it, man. Let it go. Here, fake, boom, flip those hips around, and throw. It is there. Hope to see him just let that thing go next time. So here's another play where you're isolating Ricky Seals-Jones, the bottom of the screen. It's a 4x1. You got 4 and then 1 empty. He's just going to run like a fade route. Vertical route down the field. Heineke's just putting it up there to his tall tight end. Thought it was a little too high at first during the game watching it, but no, I think this is the throw. I think it's the right throw, and I think it's a good throw. Seals-Jones needs to come down with this. Another drop that, if he makes this should be a grab right here. I mean, that defender is right there, and it's not as easy to see. I think there's an angle from the game broadcast where you can see it really does hit his hands. He's got to just snatch that thing right there, and you've got a first down. So 4th down, we're going to go for it. Again, we've got a bunch left, a 3x1 here. I'll talk about this route here in a minute. I love this play call Terry McLaurin just running out something that way. Something like that. Humphreys is running over the middle. And then Curtis Samuel. It's man defense, running that whip route. And this is why Curtis Samuel is so valuable. Watch him up there at the top. Watch him work. Oh, my goodness. Whew. That's beautiful stuff, man. That's a good play call. Again, against man defense, that's perfect. You're going to have that clutter from the bunch. They got to play levels on defense. They can't all stand right next to each other. And that's what allows Curtis Samuel that distance. See, this is what I mean by levels. They can't all play and stand right next to each other. They got to play at different levels. And so him running inside against these guys is a disadvantage for the defender right there. And then it's even better if you go inside, he's got to go inside with you. He's got to commit to that, and then you go back outside. Really good play call, great execution. Now watch Seals Jones down here at the bottom. This is defensive holding. Just watch him getting mugged. It's a first down no matter what because of the penalty. He is getting mugged right here. Look at that. Jeez. Let him go. Good play call. Good execution. Glad to have Curtis Samuel back. I feel bad for Dyami Brown. The guy should have a couple touchdowns. He's running that. The timing is good. Everything's pretty good. Heineke goes through his progressions. He makes the throw. He misses it high. I like the timing. Dyami jammed at the line, out, back in, and this ball is coming out right here. That's perfect. That's where it needs to be. You've got to get it in this window right here. Perfect timing. He looks left for Terry. Terry's running a double move. It's well covered. Let's get this ball to Dyami Brown. This should be a hit. Should be his touchdown. Catch that. Take the shot from the safety over there, but Heineke just misses him. And like I said, I feel bad for Dyami Brown. Because this should be a catch, and then he's able, honestly, put it a little low so that he can catch it, go to the ground, and avoid taking a crazy shot. He takes a bit of a shot, nothing too bad though, but it's much better to take a shot when you're catching the ball. Yeah, this should be his first touchdown. Feel bad for the guy. Heineke is not an inaccurate quarterback to me. He's completed 69.5% of his passes. I think he's accurate. He just has a tendency when he misses, he's going to miss high. And it seems to be that the misses come more so when he has to really drive the ball. Now this was almost a disaster play. Heineke takes a shot here. He's okay, but this is almost an interception. And you can see it better from here behind the quarterback, from the end zone angle. Number 21, he's going to rush. And then I think that's Schweitzer. 73, no, I'm sorry, that's Chase Rouillet. Kind of ends up blocking him into where the ball is being thrown, and then he's able to get his hands on it and thankfully not intercept it. Right, you see kind of getting blocked into it. I think that's Harmon. And then he's able to get there and make the PBU, nearly get the interception. I got to knock Heineke because the interception obviously would have been on him. But I mean, you see where he's looking. He's not seeing Harmon. Harmon's not in coverage, so he's not seeing Harmon. And Terry McLaurin is open, except that Harmon ends up again rushing, but kind of getting blocked in that direction to where the ball ends up going. I mean, really, Rouillet pushes him that way. Watch it right here. He's shoving him that way. So Heineke never even sees him. So thankfully, it's not intercepted. If Harmon, ends up not getting blocked that way, it's probably going to be a touchdown to Terry McLaurin. He probably has 3 on the day because he's right there. Bang, bang play. Thankfully, it's not intercepted. First and 10 here. Going to get 2 yards to McKissick. I think what's happening here, apologize for the quality right there. You're going to have McKissick pre-snap action, hitting that wheel. Heineke is reading this cornerback. He's playing off, right? And if this cornerback bails with this receiver, I think that's when he throws this swing route, not wheel, this swing route to McKissick. I think he's reading this outside cornerback here. Thinks he starts to see him bail. Gets that ball out. Cornerback stays home pretty well, and then it's a 2-yard gain. And I would believe that what would happen is if he didn't like that, he's going to go there. And if that's not there, that he's going to come right back here to Terry McLaurin running this dig route, and he's there. He's open. So I'm not going to say it's a bad read. I don't know exactly what to call it. He thinks the cornerback is bailing, from what I believe. Not exactly. Gets the ball to McKissick. You get 2 yards. And now on third down, Falcons are going to bring a blitz, overload the left side of the line, have a free rusher. Heineke does a good job getting rid of that ball. McKissick just not able to break that tackle. Good play by the Falcons defense, by Fabian Moreau, actually. You see, if McKissick is able to get his head around and make just this one man, I believe that's Fabian Moreau, make him miss. I'm not knocking him for not doing it. I'm saying in an ideal world, if he's able to get his head around, get his momentum, and then make that man miss, then he's off and running. But it's a good play by the Falcons defense, and you'll see here again, you're going to get that free rush. I think that's Deion Jones. They're going to overload that side. And so you've got 2 blocking 1, and you've got none blocking right there. But a good job by Heineke. Get rid of that ball. Here you're going to go play action, tight doubles, Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin. And you're going to have McLaurin running just a curl route, Samuel running some post seam type of route, and then a play action, and Jaret Patterson's going to leak out as your check down. Heineke does a really good job here because he wants to throw this ball to McLaurin. He's about to throw this ball. He starts to see this linebacker get back, holds on, or that's I think a DB get back. If he throws that ball, that's pick city. He doesn't throw it, and he gets it out to Jaret Patterson, who gets you 11 yards. I think that's a really good awareness play. See, that's him looking at McLaurin, ready to throw. Holds on to it, gets to his check down. He can process quickly, man. Taylor Heinicke can process, go through his progressions quickly. I just want to see it one more time because good stuff. Wants it, not there, check down. Boom. Just like that. Going play action again. Again, they went with a lot of play action in this game. Again, this is one of those concepts I don't love. Just the double kind of curl routes. And it's actually Seals Jones who's going to leak out here and be your check down. Don't love it. Again, it's not there. Well covered. Well covered. You can hit the check down here. Probably won't get much if you do. Heineke just decides to take off, run, get 10 yards. And again, slide, protect himself. Did a really good job with that all day. Took the one quote-unquote sack. And then after that, didn't take any more shots. Protected himself. Look at this pocket, man. That's a clean pocket. Left a wide open lane for him. I want to see that one more time from the offensive line. Charles Leno on the left side. Throwing guys to the ground. Yeah, that's good stuff. Sliding. And this is another play I really like from Taylor Heinicke. I've said that a lot today. This is Terry McLaurin again on the dig. Humphreys, post. And this is, I think, Curtis Samuel on the crossing route. Get Terry McLaurin right here in the defense in between the hole. You're going to have Humphreys carrying these guys back. You're going to have Curtis Samuel carrying these guys over. And you're going to get Terry McLaurin wide open. Now, the impressive part of this throw, it's a good play design, well executed. The impressive part of this throw is watch Taylor Heinicke. He's not able to step into this. He's got something of a muddled pocket there. Got a little pressure in his face. Got what kind of looks like a hold to me on Cosme. Honestly, it's not called. But he's not able to step into it. He does this kind of off his back foot here. See? He's kind of falling backwards and makes this throw. Just whips it in there. It looks all arm to me. And he's putting this thing about 30 yards on a rope. It's good stuff. Now here's a play that I think most people will remember. Cover 2. Got your flat corner. I hate the way I draw some of these. Got your flat corner. half-field safety. Terry McLaurin is just running vertical routes. So this is the cover 2 hole shot. This is the cover 2 hole, the hole in between the cornerback and the safety. And so you got to put that ball, looks like Mickey Mouse. You got to put that ball right here on the sideline. So let me show you when this ball, let's watch the play first. See if you remember it. Ball ends up late. There's a collision there. Terry McLaurin's a little banged up, but he ends up being okay. Now, this ball needs to be thrown in this situation. It would need to be thrown right here. You got to be throwing that ball, and you got to put it right about here on the sideline. Heineke throws it now. That's too late. The safety's able to react, and that's why you have the collision. He's trying to pump fake, look off the safety. It doesn't work, right? You see the pump fake trying to get him middle this way. It doesn't work. So that's just, he's late there. I mean, and if he had if he had a Josh Allen type of arm, Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes type of arm, then maybe you're late here. You throw this ball and it gets there in time, and McLaurin's making that catch right about now. You know, he doesn't have that kind of arm. Thankfully, this is not intercepted, and that McLaurin is okay. And here you've got third down. This is a good play by Heineke and McKissick. Tries to escape. They corner him, and he makes a good throw. McKissick makes a good play to get the yards after the catch. From the left side of the formation, across the field. Good throw, catch, spin, first down. Again here, the Falcons bring some pressure. And their pressure was really just not phasing Taylor Heinicke. It just wasn't. See, they bring 5. It's picked up. No, it's picked up. Not fantastic, but it's picked up. Gives him just enough time, make that throw. First down. And you see him making that call at the line. He knows something's coming. So good job there, man. Really good play. That mobility factor, even just in the pocket last year at quarterback, was really lacking. Really lacking. And now, if the pressure is picked up even better and Heineke isn't forced to get out of that pocket, he's probably able to just hit Ricky Seals-Jones right here. Again, I'm just pointing that out. I'm betting he wants McLaurin on the dig here originally, but that doesn't work because of the pressure. Good play. And now here we've got the first of 2 Heineke magic plays. And this is a funny play. It's a crazy play. It's a fun play. The first thing to do is to watch Terry McLaurin. And, I mean, the dude is just fantastic. And he got the touchdown that he deserved on this play. Watch him again right here. Just running a kind of out and then in. And he just loses defender literally on the ground. Inside move. It takes an inside move, takes a step outside, back inside, and he's lost him, man. Boom. He literally put him on the ground. Now, the only reason that this ball is not thrown right here and is not a touchdown to Terry McLaurin is because look at Heineke in his present situation. So he gets away, makes the throw, right? Now, whether or not I would advise him to make this throw, man, I still can't decide. A one-on-one with your number 1 wide receiver who's best in the NFL in contested catches, who's wide open when you see him. Obviously, he's not wide open once the ball gets there. Versus, kind of just taking a sack. I honestly don't know. It's 1st and 10. I don't know. I'm glad it happened. That's all I know. And the reason that pressure was there so fast, because, again, this ball should be able to be thrown right now, and it should be just the easiest of touchdowns. Had to be more difficult because you got John Bates here, and he's responsible for blocking Dante Fowler Jr. That is not ideal. Thankfully, he's not called for holding or anything. Let's go just in time to not be called for holding. Heineke has to do the rest. That's why this play can't be as clean as it should be. Now, maybe Heineke saw that the defender was scrambling, that his back was to the quarterback, that Terry McLaurin had a better chance at the ball, or maybe expected Terry to just come back to the ball. I don't know. It worked out. The last thing I want to point out on this play is that there should absolutely have been pass interference called right there. The ball is in the air. How is that not pass interference? I know it's going to be declined. I know that's going to be a touchdown, but the principle of the matter, how's it roughing up the passer on Chase Young earlier, but the ball is in the air, and this is not pass interference? And this referee right here, let me draw a better arrow. This referee right here is looking right at it. How is that not pass interference? That's annoying. Touchdown. And now we've got the game-winning drive. Terry McLaurin is running a little in route. Humphreys just running a little fade route. And Heineke's just reading these defenders. They jump down on McLaurin. You're going to Humphreys and vice versa. They're reading this out. Takes these steps, just enough steps. Terry McLaurin gets underneath him. You're getting this ball there. Just puts it low. Now, I think this ball still needs to be caught. But it is a bad throw. Tough to really knock McLaurin. Thankfully, Taylor Heinicke follows that up with this beautiful throw to DeAndre Carter. Here's another one where you're just going to get kind of a flood concept there. Right, you're going to have, where's Carter? I think this is Carter running this. And you've got the underneath, and then you've got something like that. Just 3 different levels of crossing routes. Again, Heineke can't really step into this one. He can't. He makes a really good throw here. A dart about 30 yards down the field. And you can see it even better from the end zone angle here. This is perfect. Watch. Bring the pressure. Really good blitz pickup by J.D. McKissic. Really, really good blitz pickup. I think he's gotten better in that area. So, sorry, I got distracted by the blitz pickup by J.D. McKissic, but he picks it up well. But Heineke can't step into this pocket, so he's thrown off his back foot again. Fading away, makes a really good throw in what is honestly a tighter window than it looks like from other angles. Look at that, man. That's a really good throw. Clutch play. Falcons bringing pressure again. And, I mean, you can't get mad at it. Now, it's not working, but I don't hate the idea. Again, they're just running these little curl routes. Humphreys going out to the flat. Got to be decisive on these throws. Heineke sees the blitz. He's kind of caught in a 1-1-2 situation. He's got to pick what he wants to do. He's got to get a little wide to respect Humphreys. Takes a step outside. The moment he does that, Heineke's letting this ball go to Terry McLaurin. Whether or not it's a fumble, I'm glad. Simply put, I'm glad it wasn't ruled a fumble. Referees owed Washington a couple calls on this one. Gets rid of that ball before the free rusher there off the edge can get there. Heineke is dealing. He is dealing. He is in his bag in this game. Free rusher lets that ball go. And that's a good throw. Another tight window. Here we've got man defense by Falcons. You're going to have a vertical route. You're going to have this route by Adam Humphreys, and then you're going to have this. McKissic is going to chip. Seals Jones is going to stay in and block, and the man with the single high safety. And Adam Humphreys right here, watch him. This is a really good route he runs and gets really wide open for Heineke. Gets to the hash marks, and then boom, he's gone. Really, really good route. And you see he's going to get this defender to commit to that inside. The moment he gets him here, got him. Well, Atlanta says all these blitzes are not working, which they are not, so they're only going to rush 3. Rushing these 3 right here, and we're going to play coverage. Terry McLaurin's just kind of running a little whip route. You got this dig from Carter. You've got, I'm not exactly sure what Seals Jones and Humphreys are doing. They get a little tangled up there. They got 8 in coverage, and they cover, man. They cover. Carter, yeah, you could probably say something's there. You'd have to make that throw right now. He's going through his progressions. He slides left, and I mean, really now nobody's open. I mean, maybe you could make this throw right here, probably. Now they're coming down on you too. You can't run. Missed that opportunity. Everybody's headed this way, right? Quarterback's headed this way. All the routes are headed this way. You got one guy headed that way. J.D. McKissick. Heineke doesn't forget about him. Awareness. Know where your check down is, and then McKissick just does the rest. My gosh. The burst there. Again, I'm just so impressed with Heineke. This is third down, not just throwing this away. You're in field goal range, but how good do you feel about your kicker? You wouldn't be in this position if not for him. You'd already be up. Not just forcing something in here, forcing this. This is, I think, maybe the only throw you could have made. Maybe could have tried to throw something to McLaurin back shoulder, but pretty much other than this one, I'd say you're forcing a throw. Remember your check down. He's right there. Seeing him getting that ball. That is the difference, right? That a quarterback can make. A good quarterback, a bad quarterback. That's the difference, is just knowing what to do with the ball. And this is just a fantastic play. Two special scoring plays. And Heineke was at the start of both. McKissick was at the end of this one. Terry McLaurin was at the end of the other. Heineke played a really good game. Sure, he had a couple late throws, really. They weren't bad decisions. They were just late throws that nearly led to interceptions. One on the goal line, that was a good play by the defender. But overall, 23 for 33, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns. Get the game-winning drive. The guy is a baller. And I am impressed.